Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm here with another fragrance review, again from the Armaf Club de Nuit line. And I'm not going to go into a whole speech about it, so without further ado, let's just do Armaf Club de Nuit Urban Man Elixir. Now, I heard so many reviews about what this could be and what it was a blend of and this and that, and I got so stoked about it. So I bought it. And let's talk about what I smell. So this starts off this really nice, fresh fragrance that has this kind of sweet, fruity feel and a little bit of spiciness to it. So I saw a video saying that it was kind of like a mix of Sauvage, Aventus, and BR540. And I was like, okay, that'll be really cool. So I sprayed it and I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I got like a little bit of candy floss, and I got this kind of syrupy pineapple, like in La Tafa que del Farsan. And I got the Sauvage Ambroxan Balm, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, it's a blend. And then I let it dry down and things changed. So I would say within 30 minutes, but if I'm remembering correctly, less. This just turned in, and I'm just gonna be 100% honest here, to Sauvage EDT, which I don't like. And turns out I still don't like it. So I wore it on skin thinking like, let me give it another chance. And at the beginning, it does exactly that. It has this like sweetness to it, almost like a touch of candy floss and that syrupy pineapple, and then that Ambroxan Balm in the background, the pink pepper, the woodiness, and bam, then you're just getting the pink pepper and the Ambroxan and that woodiness, and kind of everything else just leaves. And somehow I ended up with another clone of Sauvage EDT. Now, I had one clone of Sauvage EDT in the past, and I gave it to my brother-in-law because I still don't care for it. Now, I wore it and I was like, let me let it grow on me. And I will say this, Sauvage EDP, I smelled it the other day and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. It has grown on me. And I believe the Parfum I smelled as of recent, and I was like, okay, this is better. But the EDT still gives me a headache. So I wore it on skin, and I wore it on skin several times, even after it gave me a headache the first time. Let me tell you something. The first time I wore 4 sprays. Now, we're moving into performance. I wore 4 sprays, 3 on my neck. Oh, 1 on each side of my neck and 1 behind each ear. That was way too much. I could still smell myself so strong about 8.5 to 9 hours later. So could everyone around me. It was a lot, and I wore it several times, and I wore it around different people, and I wore it to work. After the first time, I only wore 2 sprays. It was like, the line is good. Out of the 3 that I've tried, between this, Untold, and Imperial, I would say this probably lasts the longest, although Untold rivals it pretty well. It's gonna be on you until you wash it off, and it projects pretty much again until you wash it off. I wanna say it projects too much, because I don't think I'm ever gonna need this type of projection. If anything, if I ever do pull this again and decide to give it a wear, I would probably say I'll just do 1 spray behind each ear, and that's it. It's a lot, and it is really strong, and it is really Sauvage. Now, is it 1 for 1? Again, I don't think that anything's 1 for 1, but in the air, are you gonna notice the difference between this and Sauvage EDT? I don't think you're really going to. I don't think most people would. I think if you had someone who was not really a fragrance enthusiast, but knew what Sauvage smelled like, which I think most people do, I don't think they'd be able to really tell the difference, because it's super similar in the air. I would say this is even stronger than Sauvage, if that's even possible, because that one is pretty strong itself. So I feel like, I don't know, that's maybe saying something. If you felt like Sauvage was too strong, I wouldn't try to get a bottle of this. So again, you're getting pretty much Sauvage EDT DNA in this, And I'm gonna say a lot of people are going to like this, but performance may be a little bit too much for some of you guys out there. In terms of versatility, obviously anytime, any place, any season, there is no reason for me to even get into that. Sauvage is one of those jack of all trades. It's a Swiss Army knife. In terms of occasions for this one, because I do want to change that up a bit, I wouldn't wear this on a date night. It is crazy loud. I wouldn't wear it to work because I did and it was too loud. I wouldn't wear it really formally, again, unless you're being really cautious with your sprays, like one spray behind the neck and that's probably it. This is something that I'd wear mostly for outdoor occasions because it's going to perform really, really well. In terms of compliments, I did not get a single compliment with this none of the times that I wore it. And out of the 3 that I have from the Club de Nuit line, the new ones, this is the only one that I didn't get compliments with. Now, I don't think I'm ever excited about this DNA, and I don't know if maybe the people around me aren't either. But it was different groups of people, so that's, I don't know, that's saying something else. I think for a lot of people this DNA works. I think it's very likely that it just doesn't work on my skin, and I'm just not very excited to wear it. So is it a good fragrance in terms of value? Yeah, again, I think this is probably louder than Sauvage, and you only need 2 sprays to go hard all day. And it's only $40 in comparison to even the other Club de Nuits were $50. So $40 and you get 105 ml, and it's really gonna get you close to Sauvage EDT, which you can't really get at discounters, and if you do, it's not that discounted. And I think this is gonna go down even more. So do I think it's a really good value? Yes. Does that mean I like it? No, because I don't really like what it's cloning. Again, I really thought it was going to be a blend, and I think Sauvage blended with other things does come out nice, but it is too strong. And if it didn't give me a headache, I think I'd like it more. And, you know, ironically, this didn't really go sweet on my skin. Everything typically does. This didn't really get that pop of sweetness on me. And I think maybe that is why I don't enjoy it as much. Some fragrances, even when they're not sweet, go sweet on my skin. So they're a little bit more fun. This one, I didn't get that from. But again, Sauvage EDT, I just don't think works on my skin, and it just gives me that headache. So while I think this is actually probably a really good purchase for most of you guys watching this video, it just didn't work so much for me. I like mainstream for a lot of different things. I think Sauvage is just the one thing on the market that's mainstream and super compliment friendly that doesn't get along with me. And I want to be completely honest with that, because I'm saying that I don't really enjoy it, but I'm also saying that you probably will. I think the majority of you guys are going to enjoy it. If you don't like Sauvage, I promise you already know you don't like Sauvage. The DNA is very easy to identify. So if you've tried this fragrance, comment, let me know down below what you think. I think probably most of you guys like it. Again, just doesn't work on my skin, and I just feel like that's a me thing, but it smells like something that most people can get down with. As always, like this video if you liked it, be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop a new video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!